Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Rye. Let me out real quick. Recognize just because things aren't going your way, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you should throw in the towel and give in. Understand that it's okay to not be okay and recognize that that's what's going on. There's no shame in that, and you're not weak for that. Sometimes we want to just skip the lesson. Everything's a lesson, and sometimes we want to skip the lesson or just negate everything and go to the next level, and we're not ready to do that. In order to become better, in order to be stronger, we will have to face these hardships. You will have to stay down until you're ready to get up. Sometimes you just go like, hey, I'm down right now. But you recognize that though. There's no shame in that. Part of the first step in anything, whether it's addiction, whether it's hardships, whether it's hard times, whether you're struggling, is to admit, yo, I'm in a season right now and we not doing good right now. But you admitting that, and that's okay. You are able to come with terms with yourself, be honest with yourself that things ain't going your way right now. And like I said, it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to sit in it. It's not okay if you spill some on yourself, you're gonna clean it up. You're gonna change your clothes, you know? So that's in order to enter that new season. You in a season and you struggling. You in a season of hard times and hardships. If you want to enter that new season of abundance, of clarity, of no more strife, you will have to face these things and not run from them. Like I said, it's okay to not be okay, but it's what you do with it. And it doesn't mean you're losing your faith. A lot of people think if they question anything, they question, how am I going to get out of this? Where is it going to come from? What's next? What do I do? They think that they question their faith. They think that, oh, they wrong for doing that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't see it. But you still believe. You don't see where it's going to come from. That don't mean you don't have no faith. That don't mean that you don't believe. It means you don't see where it's going to come from, but you still simultaneously trying. So don't think that you wrong or you losing your faith or you losing everything that you worked for because you questioning how is this going to work. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you keep working, something will happen, something will change. But saying I don't know where it's going to come from don't mean that you are giving up. Like I said, sometimes you're just going to have to stay down until you're ready to get up, and you'll know when you're ready. But don't skip the lesson. Sometimes we just want to stop the suffering. We just want to snap our fingers and everything is okay again. But remember, you want more. Remember, you want to get out of this season. In order to get out of the season, you're going to have to scratch and claw to get out of it. It's not just going to be handed to you. In order to get out of this season, you will have to face new challenges. You will have to face this trial. You will have to face hardships if you want to get out of that. It's either that or you stay in the pit. It's either that or you stay where you are. It's either that or you don't get the opportunity. More importantly, we have to stop waiting for someone to give us something. We have to stop waiting on someone to save us. You got to save you. Save yourself. Scratch and claw and get out of that pit and save yourself. Understand that we're waiting for someone to hand us something. We're waiting for someone to give us the opportunity. We're waiting for someone to sign us. Sign yourself. You're waiting for someone to give you the opportunity. You are the opportunity. You just existing. How do you think the people that you look up to got to where they got to? You know? Your favorite singer was singing in bars. Your favorite athlete was in a little league. You think it's going to be any different for you? You're going to have to go through the little league too. You're going to have to go through the trials too. But you want to skip that because you see the end product and you see the end result. And that very well can be you. But sometimes you're going to have to stay down till you're ready to get up. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that because everybody was down. Unless they was handed something. And even if they was, you don't want to be like them. Because those are the first people to crash and burn. You've seen all those lottery winners, they be the quickest ones to go broke. You like, how did you blow 100 million? How did that even happen? If I had like $1 million, you'd be straight. You know what I'm saying? At least for a long time, at least, because economy crazy. But I'm saying, you thinking that wouldn't happen to me, but it happened to all the other ones. So I'm saying that the people that got it handed to them, they be the first ones to fall once they face any type of hardship. They be the first ones to fall once they, see any signs of struggle. So understand that if you stand prepared, if you got your eyes on the prize, if you got your blinders on like the horses in the race, when that struggle comes, that won't happen to you. You'll, like it's nothing. Because you're ready. Because you already anticipated it. Because you stayed down till you was ready. You didn't rock the boat. You eased your head out of the lion's mouth. You know? A lot of times we just want to pull it. We want to force it. You know? And then it breaks. And now you have nothing. You know? You're pulling the rope. You're easing it. You're working on the car. And you're working on, you got your tools. And you just pull it. And then it breaks. And now you need a whole new part now. When if you would have eased out and waited and been patient, it would have worked. But now you got to buy a new part. So ease your head out of the lion's mouth. Stay down till you're ready to get up. Remember, if you force it or try to skip to the next lesson, it's a lose-lose situation because you didn't see the end of the lesson. You didn't pass the test. And you trying to skip to the next level. So you trying to play ranked mode when you just started the game and then you lost. And now you're ready to quit the game entirely. When you tried to enter the big leagues and then now you got to go back to the little league and now you embarrassed. You didn't have to face that embarrassment. Nothing wrong with being a novice. Everybody was a novice. Everybody was an amateur. Because they stayed down until it was ready to get up. They played the gigs with 20 people. They did that. You know? They missed shots. They got crossed up. They dropped the ball. And the crowd is screaming, how could you miss that pass? How could you miss that shot? Everybody, they cussing them out and all that. Calling them names, yelling cuss words at them and all that. They faced all that. You want to skip that. You know? Everybody missed the game scoring shot. Everybody who was anybody who made it to where they wanted to be missed that pass. And the crowd yelling and cussing. They, tearing up their jerseys and all that. Telling them they should get cut from the team. Going, all that. They taking that on the chin. And you're going to have to take it too. We all do, myself included. Everybody, there's going to be more eyes on you when you make it to the big leagues. And people don't think about that. They don't think about I'm in the big leagues. Everyone's expecting perfection from you. And you're not perfect. They're going to see your flaws, your blemishes, all that. And they're going to see that on you. And if you're not ready for that, your first game going to be your last. But if you stay down until you're ready to get up and ease your head out of the lion's mouth, you'll be ready for anything. Anything and everything. Anything and everything. Anything and everything. Because like I said, there's a difference between playing a show at the bar and grill with your band versus you're at Warped Tour versus you're at the Grammys. Now you're at the VMAs. Everybody going to expect you to hit every move right, every note right. Your voice can't be scratchy. Everybody going to expect you to be on key. And you haven't mastered all those things yet. Everybody going to expect you to know the fundamentals. You don't know the fundamentals, but you want to be at the championship game. You want to be at the finals. So understand that it's important that you stay down till you're ready. But that don't mean not try. A lot of people think, I'm stay down. Like there's some submission aspect to it. Like there's weakness in that. Acknowledging that you ain't ready for something ain't weakness, my friend. Acknowledging that you need more time ain't weakness, my friend. You're polishing it. You're polishing it and you're working on the finesse and tools. That's what you're doing. You're working on the nooks and crannies. That's what you're doing. And there's no shame in that and there's no weakness in that. Because staying down don't mean you ain't working. It mean you going from stage to stage and stage instead of trying to skip to the big one. And then when you're ready for the big one, everyone be all like, wow, this is effortlessly to them. It wasn't at first though. It wasn't. But now you're ready. Now you're there. Now you're moving on up and nothing is phasing you because you're ready. So understand that there's nothing wrong with staying down till you're ready to get back up. There's nothing wrong with staying down till you can move on to the next stage and finish the lesson. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's no shame in that. There's no weakness in that. Let them skip you. Let them bypass you. While you moving on up, understand that what comes up must come down. So while you moving on up, and they moving down because they want to skip the lesson, don't laugh at them. They have to learn, just like you had to learn. They had to learn just like how you had to learn. So don't laugh at them because you were down too at one point. And what was given to you can be taken away from you. So understand that. Don't laugh at them when they tried to skip you and they laughed. They laughed at you. and they tried to skip you and bypass you. Now they moving back down. Don't laugh at them, because that was you at one point. And remember, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Show kindness, even if the opposition doesn't return the favor, because there's strength in showing restraint. Stay down till you're ready to get up. Don't give in, don't give up, and see it through. But hey, it's Rap. Like, comment, and subscribe. We growing. Love you, family. And remember, you got this, homie. It's already yours.